Rahul has said that he would like especially to hear from students. So if those who are interested, if you could make your way to the microphones, and then we will have a round of discussion. Okay, if we might begin on this side. So, Mr. Rahul, I mean, we can do it in different ways. We can take a tranche of questions.
You're the boss. You do it how you want.
We can take a tranche of questions. Okay, so let's take 3 questions at a time to get as many questions in. And again, make them short and succinct, please. Please, go, sir.
In the 1700th century,
Can you tell me your name?
I am Yogesh. I work in Citibank.
Hi, Yogesh.
Hi. So in 1700th century, India was contributing to 30% of the GDP of the world, which was China was giving us around the 44% of the GDP of the world. Now this is a time when there were so many invaders were invading. Britishers were trying to come and planning their idea of exploitation. That time India was contributing 30% of the GDP. Somebody says 30, somebody says 28. I'm taking average. So that time no IIT, no railways, no roadways, no big companies, nothing. But still India was producing 30% of the GDP. Now there was fear, the exploitation of the India has happened into the British era. And in 1947, we got independence. And we were producing around 2 to 3% of the GDP. What has been done to revive that 2% to 30%? Why could not we reach back? That is my first question. Second question, just continuation. When we ask about the technology, connection with the technology, you have given us, told that the artisans, like with the bell metal, with the carpet industry, those are the artisans who stayed into the villages. So you mentioned about that point, but when we asked the success story, he gave us the Amul, you gave us the Maruti Suzuki. Why in 62 years of the Congress era, we did not follow this artisans of my village? Why Khadi Gramodyog is missing from your success story? That is my question.
Actually, Khadi Gramodyog is a success story.
But so I did not in your speech.
I forgot to say that.
Maruti was there, which is imported. But Khadi Gramodyog, which is Desi, it wasn't there.
Actually, Khadi Gramodyog is a success story. So
that is after me reminding you.
Thank you for reminding me.
No, and
okay. Sorry.
One quick question.
Yeah.
Do you think India has been successful over the last 70 years?
India is successful not because of its politician. Again, India is successful because of the 17th century. Every Indian was contributing, and it is the same story right now.
So, but do you think India is successful?
India is successful because Indians are successful.
Okay. And do you think that politicians have absolutely no role in this?
Politicians have the role in it, but when my Indian politician die, I don't even moist my eyes. But when my Lee Kuan Yew died, I cried. Why? Because this person has made Singapore, and with full ambition for caring for his people, and that is what it is lacked in the beginning era of India.
So then, can you tell me what specifically is your question?
My question is simple. My question is very simple. In India, when India got independence in 1947, 95% of the population was staying in Indian village. Congress got the moment what it has done for the upliftment of my villages, where all these artisans from Muradabad for bell metal and the carpet industry are living. Why nobody cared for them? Well, my last village got the light in last 8 years.
Would you like me to answer?
Sure, sir.
Actually, India has been completely transformed over the last 70 years. Actually, Amul happens to be a village movement. Actually, Khadi Gramodyog is a pretty successful movement. Actually, brass in Muradabad is pretty successful. I am saying, now let me answer.
Yes.
I am saying that you can completely transform it. How many years did it take India to get to 30% of world GDP?
Amul is a success.
No.
Amul is a success in Gujarat. Why?
I'm going to have to stop. I'm going to have to stop this because it's not. If I may, Mr. Rahul, if I may, can I? I'd like to invite. Sorry, I'd like to invite someone on this side, but in particular, wait a minute. I'd like the first woman in the line to come forward to the microphone.
Thank you.
Please ask your question. Please go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Gandhi. I'm
Hello.
Kritika, and I'm an economist at Goldman. So you've talked a lot about how there were sort of these secretive missions that the Congress had in order to get certain results. And I'm just wondering, a lot of those results seem to be coalesced towards the progress that you made with Kashmir and in terms of industry, etc. So I just wonder, as somebody who's also mixed and of Indian heritage, when you see the current stance on minorities, what do you think the Congress would have done differently? And if you can answer personally, what would you have done differently?
The current stance of the government of India,
When it comes to challenging minority policies.
when the BJP and the RSS have anti-minority policies. I mean, we've been fighting the BJP and the RSS since they began. Mahatma Gandhi died protecting minority interests. The Congress Party has protected minority interests for the last 70 years in India. The fact of the matter is that we lost an election to the BJP, and we do not like an India where people are persecuted, where people are beaten up for what they eat, for what they drink, for what they say, for what they wear. We don't like it, we fight for it. But the fact is that Mr. Narendra Modi won the election. And whether we like it or not, we can contest it, we will fight it, we will defeat him in the next election. But he controls lawmaking in India. He controls the UP police. He controls the Haryana police. He controls these things. And a extremely nasty form of politics is playing out in India. We will fight him and we will beat him.
Thank you.
And I would like you to know, and I would like you to believe that very soon you will see an India where everybody is respected, everybody is loved, everybody works together to take the country forward. By the way, it's not, you use the term secret mission. It's not a secret mission. It's work. It's secret in that we don't go on a stage and talk about it, but it's political work. Right? So it's not that the thing is secret.
Okay.
But let me tell you something. I feel what you're feeling very strongly.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, the gentleman in the green tie,
Yeah,
please,
okay,
sir.
thank you.
And make a short question.
Short question. My name is P.K. Basu. I'm the author of a book called Asia Reborn, the first comprehensive economic and political history of the whole of Asia. And my question is this. I also teach economic history to students in several business schools. My question is this. Why is it that during the years that your family ruled India, India's per capita income was growing less than the world average? And yet, in the years since your family relinquished the Prime Ministership of India, India's per capita income has grown substantially faster than the world average.
Okay. Thank you. That's a very sharp, succinct question. So,
what is your hypothesis?
I asked you the question. I'm here to ask the question.
That's
My
quite.
hypothesis is in my book. Please read the book. It's called Asia Reborn.
I mean, you're giving a hell of a lot of power to one family.
No,
Right.
see,
Let me give you
okay.
one sec. Let me give you an alternative.
So since you asked me back a question, let me just elaborate on the question a bit. At the point of independence, India's per capita income was one of the lowest in the world. India's life expectancy at birth was 32 years, the lowest in the world. Africa's average was 38. So, when you are the poorest country in the world, you should be growing faster than the world average in order to close the gap.
okay,
The rest
if
of the
I
world.
may interrupt.
And
I
unfortunately,
think-
during the period of your family's rule,
thank you very much.
India does not achieve that.
Thank you.
That's the question. Why?
Thank you. I mean, that was a sharp question. You can either decide to take it or
I
not.
can take it if you want.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Do you agree? First of all, do you agree that India is a success today?
Of course.
You do.
A relative
Do you-
success since your family relinquished the prime ministership. Yes.
So
Since then, not before.
So you're saying, for example, that I had absolutely no role in Indian politics from 2004 to today. You're saying that? Well, make up your mind. Either I have a role or I don't have a role. You can't give me both options.
Please tell us what your role was.
Okay, I'm gonna.
The point is that
If I may, let's not have this dialogue. If I may.
Could you answer the question? I mean, the question is,
May I? Okay, please.
is there an answer to the question?
Okay.
Yes. Please answer the question.
I've answered the question.
Clear question.
I've answered the question. I've answered the question.
All right.
Yes.
Listen, I'm going to leave it at